I'm Gabby.
I'm Felicity.
I'm Liana.
And I'm Norma.
So we are doing a vlog about all the fun things that you can do in Winona, and we're just gonna kind of go around the city and show you all different types of things. This is specifically for students at SMU. We're gonna cover a couple things like downtown, like Nate and Allie's. We're also going to cover like open mic nights and hockey games and stuff like that. So this is just for anybody who's looking for fun things to do around fall time in Winona. We hope you guys enjoy it.
A lot of the fun activities you can do at SMU is going to a lot of the sport events. So one of the sport events I went to frequently was the hockey games, the men's hockey games in particular. Also women's hockey, awesome.
Also
shout
great.
out to them. They're
Yes.
also phenomenal.
We have great hockey teams, so they're always really good games to watch.
They're a lot of fun. And they get really competitive, really rowdy, and there's a lot of St. Mary's students like to go to the student section and participate and do some chants. And one of the fun things too is like when you throw a puck in there and try to make it reach the back. And think there's like $100 prize, and you split the prize between 3 people or something.
Oh wow!
Along those lines, I'm not really sure if it's 3 people or 2 people, but like you get money in the end.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. So go to the games. They're really competitive. There's a lot of like people running into each other, a lot of like penalties and people in the penalty box, and they're all like yelling at each other. The games are so much fun. There's a lot of other like
there's also basketball, volleyball, softball, baseball, soccer. There's track, cross country meets are always fun to go to as well. But we also have like intramurals, which you can participate and watch.
Yeah, I did the volleyball interviews, like the indoor volleyball.
We also have sand volleyball too.
So fun.
Yeah, and then
you win T-shirts in the end. Like you win something and you get a picture, and like it's a fun it's small, but it's also fun. Like everyone gets excited to get together and stuff.
Because you can choose. You get to choose the teams. You can build a team with a whole bunch of friends, or sometimes people you don't even know. Like, hey, we need another person.
I made a lot of friends. I made a lot of friends. Like I had mutual friends, but like in the end, we all became really close, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah,
and there's a lot of intramurals. So there's volleyball, both indoor and like sand volleyball, which is pretty cool. I love sand volleyball.
So fun.
Yeah, basketball, dodgeball, wiffle ball, ping pong,
wiffle ball,
flag football, kickball, and frisbee golf. And there's also clubs as well, like frisbee.
There's ultimate frisbee. They do have there's a varsity volleyball team, and they also have like club volleyball too. And then I don't really know the other ones.
Yeah,
there's just a lot. There's a lot of different clubs here. And it's not even pertaining to sports. We also have a bunch of different clubs on campus that can be part of or don't have to be part of. You just show up to their events.
A lot of times I know for me as a freshman, I was look, all these clubs, I signed up and now I have to go to every meeting, or it's that sounds really interesting, but I didn't sign up. Can I go? You can always go.
Just always go.
Even if you don't know anybody there, it's always just a fun experience. A lot of times they put on movies or even just get together. A lot of times there's food, so that's always a plus. And any really club events, because I even went to there's an I think it's ASD, the education club. I'm not even an education major, and I went to one of their little social gatherings, got ice cream. Everyone there was super nice. So there's always just clubs, and a lot of clubs do advertise around school. And if you are interested in one, sign up at the club fair, and then you'll get all the information.
Or just show up, ask to be on the email list. They'll literally email you. There's no trouble. It's not you didn't sign up early, you're not part of it. Join whenever you want. It's a lot of fun.
And there's things for everybody. So there's there's more the athletic, the ultimate frisbee and the Zumba and yoga. Or if you're more there's psychology club.
There's psychology. There's outdoor leadership. There's
PR business club.
STPLC, which is the leadership club.
Plug there.
There's just all sorts of clubs in different branches. Like there's like you said, the psychology biology club.
Yeah.
There's like even a pre-law club, and we don't even have like a pre-law program, but we still have like pre-law club here. Like,
they do the mock trials.
They do the mock trials, which is a lot of fun.
Then the semester, which is really cool. Something that's very different that we don't usually see on campus. You can participate and go and like kind of explore those different options. Like,
definitely.
And so I'm also in the PRA business club, being a PR like major, which is really interesting. And that's kind of what helped me decide that's what I wanted to do, because I went to some talks. I had some people in the PR world and they came and talking like, oh wow, this is something I wanted to do. Like, even though I wasn't technically part of the club, like going in and just like kind of figuring out, it helps you also decide what you're interested in. Like, I'm also in psychology club as well, even though I'm like not in psychology anymore, but they still put events and get emails and like
me in biology. But yeah, they also do have a lot of seminars here too. Like, are part of the clubs. Also, just like you don't have to be part of the club to go to the seminars. Like, you learn, you expand your like horizons when it comes to like learning new things, and like maybe find something you're interested in that you didn't think you were interested in before. The
seminars are never boring. It's not like they bring on like a really bland speaker and just like
you're not forced to go.
No, not at all. And they're usually pretty short. They're usually during like the common time. So everyone can go to them and you can kind of see what that's about. And so, and even like just like little get-togethers, they like to plan like I know there's a lot of holiday parties around this time.
A lot of holiday parties. It's like also they have like midnight munchies too, which is like you can go and like have some snacks and
so it's like even if it's not necessarily pertaining to that specific field or club itself, like it's just a lot of excuses to get together and eat food
to
and socialize
and like just be part of the community, which is like a big part of being a smooth student. Being part of your community
and clubs are a great way to do that.
Hey guys, it's Winona here. I'm currently at the St. Mary's hockey game and they're playing against Lake Forest College, and we are currently winning by 1 point. It's currently 3-2, and we are in the second half of the game. This is my friend Claire.
Hello.
Are you a Claire?
That's Teresa, and that's my tutor Claire. They're both named Claire, so
I can't move the cameras.
Scoring for the Forest is at 5:15 in the second period. 17 This is number 24.
As you can see, hockey is very intense. It's a fun sport. It's very big at St. Mary's. How do you like hockey, Teresa? This is my first hockey game, so... What?! I did not know that.
it's the first hockey game.
A lot of St. Mary's students are super supportive of the hockey team because hockey's pretty big here, especially because we go to school in Minnesota. I'll turn it around again.
Like David Dobrik.
Yes, I feel like David Dobrik right now. I love this video. I just love it. You can make your hands clap. Okay, so I'm not really the best at talking about what's going on. I'm sorry, okay. I'm not really the best at public speaking. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm gonna flip the camera around so you can see what's going on because it's really exciting stuff. We're obviously the red because the Cardinals. I look like such a foreigner. As you can see, a lot of St. Mary's students really get into the sport. Right there, that box over there is like the penalty box. So if you guys get into if a hockey player gets into an aggressive fight, you usually get put in there, and sometimes like people like to pester them just a little bit. That's our side right now. Oh, we're not the red. We are actually wearing white and red because Lake Forest is also red. Hey guys, so we're still at the game right now. St. Mary's is they're going overtime with a score of 3-3 against Lake Forest College. So we are currently waiting at 1 minute and for the overtime play. This is Claire Clausen. She's currently a junior at St. Mary's University, and she is an education major in psych minor. Yes, psych minor. There we go. And Teresa, education major, marketing major, business minor. Business. I know she's a business minor. What is it? Minor. What's her major? Graphic design. She's majoring in graphic design. How cool is that? She's an artist. She just got her art purchased by some artist or something. And they also run a bullet journal page. It's called the Q Theory, and they show some really cool and efficient ways to like journal all of your notes and plan all of your things. So it's really cool. You probably can't hear me, but it's super fun. Here's some fun music that's going on right now. Oh, okay, they're starting right now. So I didn't record this, but a lot of the at the games, the home games at least, they do like throwing a puck. You basically just like throw a puck in the middle of the ice. I don't really know what that's all about, but everyone does it and everyone gets hyped over it. Okay, so St. Mary's is actually the white. We're not the red, despite our major, like our first primary color being red. They're red. Lake Forest College is red right now, but we are white with red undertone. And here we're right now. Super high. Let's go Cardinals. Okay. I'll give you an update on the score. It's a really intense game. Apparently the last game against this college scored their final score was 4-4, so it's very competitive. Okay, bye!
So I also got to be a part of a show called Night of the Burning Pestle that took place in the fall. I was a PA for the show. It's my first SMU theater production that I got to be a part of, and it was very, very cool. So what it's about is basically, it's a play within a play. It's one part of the play is, actually there's two audience members that get to come up and be a part of the play because they're written in and they get to kind of control the play, and they get to actually put their son into the play and have him do his own thing. And then the other part of the play is a love triangle between two lovers and then another person who is a bad human being, but the two are trying to avoid that person and
kind of
go
Romeo
into a
and Juliet
forced marriage. Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's so funny.
Yeah, so it was a long process. We basically started as soon as we came in. There were auditions, and then we got straight into the rehearsal process. It was one of the best shows that I've worked on. The cast was incredible, up to anything. It was so funny. It was a comedy, and it was very funny.
It was probably the funniest play I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was just all over the place, and it was so great. And just, it was how long was it in total? It was like 3
It was 2.5
hours, 3 hours with the intermission in it. But it didn't feel that long. And honestly, all the productions at SMU are always amazing. There was also one that put on a smaller it was like 2 one-acts that were put on, and it was in the studio theater, so it's like a smaller, more personal performance that was really good. I saw that one as well. And then the Night of the Burning Pestle was in the main Page Theater, which is always great. And then in the spring, they have a musical in the beginning of the springtime, I believe.
This year it's going to be February, and it's going to be 9 to 5, so that's going to be very fun.
Yes.
And then we're also going to have Splash, which is student directed, and that's also going to be in the spring too. But yeah, so it was really amazing because I got to really work in a college theater for this show, and I got to see all of the dressing rooms, and I got to see like the costume and the shop and all of that, and how it like really comes together in the end. It's really, really cool being backstage and getting to work with all the people, watching them put their makeup on, working with costumes, late hours for tech rehearsals.
How late were you there
We were there, on one of the Friday nights, my group was there until 3 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
It was so late.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And was that like Saturday night?
That was Friday.
Friday night?
Mm-hmm.
And then late Saturday and late Sunday nights too.
Yeah, we would run until 11, 12 every night. Because we needed to make sure that we got what needed to be done. But we did, and it was a great show. Honestly,
it was probably I heard from multiple people. Obviously, I've gone to all the theater shows since I've been here, but from like seniors and juniors and like people who have gone to a lot of shows, they said it was probably the best one they had seen here. And comedy, like we don't produce a lot of comedies, and so seeing a comedy was great. And you could see the effort everyone put into it. And one of the actresses who was a like pseudo audience member, like I knew her and I was friends with her, and she was out in the lobby during intermission, and we're like, hey, how's it going? And she was in character the entire time. She's like, isn't my son great in the show? Like, I can't wait to see more of it. And it was so funny. The dedication of all the actors and crew, you could see it. Plus just the sheer amount of like stuff, like in props and scenes, and like was so intricate and so detailed. Yeah, props is insane.
That is part of the reason that it took so long every night. It was we had so many props, so many random costume switches, so many curtain switches. It was crazy. And the sound, I also worked sound for this show, and it was insane. We had a long list of songs because one of the characters, Master Mary Thought, actually sings contemporary songs. So we had to play with the backtrack for it.
Oh, so you did piece all of those together.
Yes, it was so much work, but we finished and it sounded really, really good.
And the performances were great.
Yes.
It was a great play.
Definitely something I'm proud of, for sure.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and they don't get as much publicity as a lot of the page series stuff. The page series stuff is always amazing because it's a professional level. But even the smooth theater stuff that we put on every semester is phenomenal and really worth your time. Plus, as a student, you get a free ticket. So, I mean, why not go and support your classmates and friends? And it's always just a really great experience.
Yes, definitely, you guys check it out. It is something that is very amazing.
So open mic night, they have it on campus, and usually it's probably like, I want to say twice a month on Friday, usually 9 to 10 p.m. It usually happens after trivia night. So
in the Cardinal Club.
In the Cardinal Club, yes. And it's a lot of fun. Actually, recently they had it in the game room, but it's usually in the Cardinal Club where everyone is present and stuff, and there's like a nice stage where everyone can perform. And basically, it's a club, but anyone can really do it. You sign up earlier in the year at one of those events that they had in the plaza to sign up for clubs and stuff.
The club
and,
fair,
and I got a mug from signing up, so it was really
I
nice.
got a mug from that too. I got a free mug.
Sign up early if you ever want to do it. There's different talents displayed on the stage, like there's singing, obviously, and then we have some people who like to tell jokes. There was a guy who did yo-yo, which is really cool.
It's like a mix, because it is an open mic night, but it's also kind of karaoke too.
It's karaoke.
That like some people, it's like when you're just hanging with your friends and you're like, hey, let's go up and do something, and you just you go up and just totally wing it, and it might be a mess, but it's okay because
totally spontaneous.
It's totally spontaneous. There's a lot of fun, and the crowd is always great and really positive.
So great, so positive. Everyone's very supportive, and I mean, like me and my friends, I sing Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. And I did a song from Tangled.
That was so good too.
I did Hotel California with my boyfriend, which I eventually sang at Blue Angel, which we'll be talking about. And and then there was people, singing the SpongeBob Gary Come Home song. So, wide range of gifts and talents from SMOO students. You don't even have to be a SMOO student. You can literally just show up and sign up.
Sure.
It's literally a little notebook. You write your name, write what you're gonna do, and
and then they pull up like backing tracks, or if like you're super skilled, then you can play the piano, guitar.
Oh yeah,
you can do that. I think my favorite one was because every now and then seminarians can come. The seminarians can always come, but the thing is, it's usually later, and their like curfew is at like 10.
They're
so
on a very tight schedule.
They're on a very tight schedule. But one time, the freshman seminarian named Gabe came, and he brought this whole like binder, like he was ready to go.
Oh, so
and
cute.
he pulled it up, and then he played one chord, and we all knew what it was. It was Taste and See, which is a very classic
church
song
ever.
And it was great, and he got the whole audience involved because we all knew it.
Yes.
It was just a whole. It's always so much fun.
It's a lot of fun. No, yeah. He also sang like a song. Was from Hillsong, and it was Oceans too.
Oceans
and
is
that
a
was
great song.
everyone. That song always gets me in the feel. So when I hear, I'm like, I can't be here, otherwise I'm gonna cry for everybody.
I was really lucky because the first time I went, my roommate actually plays the guitar and sings.
She's talented.
Yes, she is regular at open mic night, and I got to go and see her, and she did amazing, and everybody was super supportive. It's not like a hostile environment when you're trying to like
and you're not being
against.
No judgment.
Yeah, that's
and
very nice.
It's funny because usually Casey, one of the like club presidents, in between like numbers when people are trying to get like ready, she tells a story. And it's always the funniest random
It's so funny
stories.
because you have no idea where it's leading.
No.
It's like a continuous story.
So you just get like little
night.
snippets.
Yeah.
And it's always so much fun. So even like the breaks when no one's actually performing is very entertaining. You literally can't get bored going to an open mic night.
That's amazing. All right.
Hey guys, it's Liana. I'm here at Open Mic Night with Teresa, and then that's Anthony, and that is Nolan. And we are listening to a guy singing right now. One of the fun things to do on campus on a Friday night. Keep you guys updated.
Woo! Woo!
I just wanna stay in the sun where I find. I know it gets hard sometimes. Pieces of some peace of mind. I know it gets hard sometimes.
So, in October, there's a show called Blue Angel, and it's basically a variety show that was run by the Phi Mu Alpha brothers, and so I was in the show with my boyfriend. We sang Hotel California.
It was great.
It was a lot of fun. We had auditions literally the week prior to that.
To the show.
It's
really intense.
It's very intense. We had our group. We kind of just like combined a bunch of people for our group.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're gonna sing this song. Everybody, you're on the guitar, you're on the drums. It was just like very spontaneous, but it's a lot of fun. We practiced a lot for it, and we had our auditions. And then the week that we were doing it, we had to do rehearsals twice in one night. So that was really tiring. And then the first show, obviously, we did with lights on. The second time we did a whole run through of the show with the lights off. And then the show ran on Friday night, and that started at 7. It was at 7.
Usually
Friday
7.
night at 7. And then on Saturday, it was 7 and then 10.
Yeah.
And Yeah, there was a lot of good songs. There's a variety of songs. There's some from like, you know, the 70s, or some like modern songs like from Khalid, John Mayer, Coldplay even.
There's some even originals which are
there was one original.
Yeah.
That was
so
spectacular.
good. Yeah. And it is definitely a variety show. Like when it comes to genres, it's all like not necessarily all over the place. It tends to be more on like the rock kind of pop side, just because it's a big stage. It takes place in the CAF. They set up the stage. Trust me, you'll know when it's going on.
Oh, you'll know. There's signs everywhere.
Signs everywhere for it, and a good chunk of the CAF is taken up because of it.
Oh yeah.
And like meals get shifted around because
meals are shifted. Yeah,
it's kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's a lot of fun, and you know, like you're always entertained during the show too, because they have people who are in like an impromptu, like what is it called, the improv club.
Yeah.
And they do in between sets when people are, you know, getting all their stuff ready for the next show. They have people telling jokes here and there, and they make a hashtag for Blue Angel, so people from the audience, they can tweet to Blue Angel, make jokes about the people who are in Family Alpha, and like anybody who's on stage.
So, it's just a lot of fun in general, a lot of high energy, and anyone can participate in it. You can just get a group of people together. Like Liana said, it's kind of it's kind of chaotic in a sense, because you're like, I need a guitar player. Does anyone know how to play guitar?
Literally, everyone's messaging, can you play guitar for me, please?
So there's like a lot of like, especially people like bass players, where there's obviously not a lot of bass players on. So if you're a bass or guitar or a percussionist, or like can play the drum set, you're always needed. Or even like there's violin players and bass players, like upright bass, and like so. If you are musical in any way, or even if you're not, like it's definitely
you can do it. And there's I know a group of people. I think they were doing that one medley. I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, the AC/DC.
The AC/DC medley.
That was a good one.
They literally practiced that literally right before their audition. Like they just went in for it. And you can literally do that. Like you don't need to stress about it until the show starts, because you know, like all the anxiety from performing and stuff. But like you literally put a group together and you do it, and it's so much fun. So I encourage you all to do it if you get the chance.
Yeah, and then for a closer, I think almost every time is the Oldie Moldy Band. Oh yeah, which is all the frat guys.
The fraternity, the Phi Mu Alpha boys. They're singing Love Potion. I don't know if you guys know that song. It's like a lot of 50s songs, like old classics that you guys would enjoy, and just displaying all their musical talents. So it was a lot of fun. And they also have events that weren't just pertaining to like Blue Angel. They have some that are in the plaza, and then some other
They do stuff off campus sometimes.
They do stuff off campus.
They're very active and phenomenal musicians altogether. So very fun to see. And then there's also 2 other variety shows later in the year. There's Fireside and Gaslight. Yes. Which are ones put on by the female frat, Sigma Alpha Iota, I believe. Yes. I think so, yeah. I'm like, something like that. Which is that one, I think those are both in the common room. Yes. In Mary's. So it's a lot more.
Gaslight is in the CAF.
Yes, Gaslight's in the CAF as well, which is, that's later in the year. And then Fireside is in the common room. So that one's a little more like low key.
It's low key. It's cute. It's literally like Fireside. It's in the name. Like everyone gets together, and then they have
very
cupcakes.
Cozy. Cupcakes are in like an intermission. And it's a lot more like acoustic kind of style. It's very like wintry. It's in like, I think beginning of February. So like right after you get back from break, you can start putting groups together. A lot more original music, and it's just really fun in general. I know a lot of my friends who are already like, oh, we should do this for Fireside, or like, oh, this is such a good Gaslight one.
So fun. It's so community building too.
Oh
like
my
when
gosh.
You're part of it, or even like if you just go for the show, like you feel so welcomed, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I make sure to always go to those shows, because they're like they're probably my favorite thing to do on campus, because it shows just the immense talent throughout. Like people who usually don't perform, who may not be in band, who may not be in choir, you don't usually get to see perform, and perform in a very more like intimate, like you can see how there's just so much talent on campus that you just don't realize a lot of the time.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's me and Casey again. The next song is Hey Soul Sister. We just performed, but I forgot to record it, so I'll probably record it later. But we'll sing Hotel California. It was really good.
able to actually be a part of the choir concert, both in chamber and concert. It was really amazing. We got to sing some of the greatest songs. There's actually an original song written by Doc O'Shea, which is our director, and it premiered for the first time during that choir concert.
Yes, and I'll show some of that footage later on. But it takes place at St. Mary's of the Angels Chapel.
Mary of the Angels
Mary.
Chapel.
Gorgeous chapel. It's technically owned by St. Mary's, but it's like off campus, so not a lot of people know about it. But it's a gorgeous chapel. If you ever get a chance to see it or see a choir concert that's there, it is gorgeous. And you want to talk more about the concert itself, the Christmas one?
Yeah, so it's lessons and carols. It's done every year, and basically it's just the choir concert. But we actually got to have some strings help us out. So we do a lot of a cappella, and we do a lot of, or we had an organ that backed us for most of our songs. But then we also got to have a string group, which included 2 violins, 1 viola, and 1 cello. Back us for 2 of the songs, which sounded really, really good. The acoustics
so good.
in the chapel are incredible.
Like, the choir already sounds phenomenal, but you put it in a setting like that, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, we got to sing one of the songs from the balcony. Like, the very first song that we sang was from the balcony. And just, like, hearing it, like, echo and go down, and, like, it was beautiful. Absolutely.
And then their final song, they surrounded the whole audience, and just sound coming from every angle is really, really cool, and not something you always experience at a choir concert.
Yeah, for the last song, it was Ave Maria. And we had two groups. So it was like the main choir, most of the choir, which is the 4 regular sections. They were to the sides and then to the back. And then we have an antiphonal group, which is like a smaller group, maybe 12 of us, 13. And we were in the front singing to the audience. So it was literally, we were surrounding them, and it was beautiful. Yeah.
So if you get a chance to go to a choir concert, would recommend. This was the first one I went to, and I have a lot of friends in choir, and it was just a really fun experience to see everyone there. And the church itself was full; it was packed with people. And there's also parts where you can participate yourself, like the carols. The whole audience sings as well, and so it's a very unique experience that I don't think a lot of schools or people in general get to have. So if you have time to check it out, I would recommend that.
Yes, and bring your friends, for sure.
Okay, so this is Sugarloaf. Usually you park right down there along the road. There's a sign for parking, which is great. It's kind of hidden behind this real estate place, but you can park.
Edina Realty.
So yeah, you just gotta take the steps up, and then that's the beginning of the trail.
And there's signs that guide you along the way.
Guide you up, and it's all a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's Sugarloaf up there if you can't see it. All right, guys, good work. Woo! Hi guys, it's Liana and Norma and Felicity and Gabby, and we are currently walking up the trail for Sugarloaf. Oh, almost slipped. Not the best thing to do, but it is a beautiful day. It is 40 degrees outside. One of the many fun nature-esque things you can do in Winona. There's some hikers before us. I'll keep you guys updated when we reach the top. I'm pretty sure We're about halfway up. It's somewhere over there.
The sun's out though.
The sun is out. Yeah.
So pretty.
It's beautiful. There's the view. The pond. There's Norma, the view. The leaves are really pretty color. They're actually protecting us from slipping on the ice, which is really nice. And
Where's that?
there's currently 2 trails we can go through.
I'd say left. You want left? Left?
We'll do left.
Let's do left. Yeah.
Right, we're going left, guys. Keep you updated. All right, here's our beautiful view. We made it. Well, almost made it. But yeah, it looks really nice. Beautiful. We made it. Here's our view. It's incredible. There's the hospital, Winona Health. There's the basilica if you can't see it, and yeah, there's Target.
And Walmart.
Target looks so weird. This is crazy. That was a fun hike.
Oh, it's windy.
And it's very windy, as you see.
I don't want to like get blown off. That's a little intimidating.
Yeah, so.
Oh my gosh,
really,
is that
really
your
fun.
car?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her car. Can you see it? It's somewhere down there. It's right there. I'm pointing towards it.
And what, did it take us like 15 minutes to get up here?
Yeah,
it
that
did.
was fast. It was really fast.
Yeah, it's a really easy hike.
It is. It's
Anyone
nice.
can do it for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. So.
It's so pretty.
Great job, guys.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it here at sunset?
Right.
Right.
Heading back down.
Heading back down.
Woo woo.
Downhill's gonna be so nice. Except
Oh, it's gonna be so slippery.
Hi, Dad. I'm hiking Sugarloaf. I'm hiking the Sugarloaf.
Okay, guys. Pro tip when hiking Sugarloaf: don't do it when there's ice on the ground. Going back down is kind of difficult. Would not recommend. We've all slipped at least like 3 times, which is fine. No one fell.
So we are on our way up to Garvin Heights right now. You can get there by car, and there's not as much hiking as Sugarloaf. But on the way up, you do have to be ready because your ears will pop. So just make sure that your ears are staying clear. You can like use the plug in your nose and like blow out. Yeah, chewing gum really helps too. It's really beautiful.
Okay.
Hi. So we made it to Garvin Heights. It's practically the same view, except this time you don't have to see Winona Health or Target.
A lot more friendly.
Less of a hike. It's not even a hike.
It's not even a hike. You just get out of your car and walk down the trail.
Right.
We're still here at Garvin Heights, and we're reading this informational panel from Winona State. And we're just reading how Native Americans lived here 12,000 years ago, and their word Winona meant firstborn daughter, and so that's why Winona was named that. So that's really cool.
Nice. Also, there used to be a lot of elk here, and elk and antelope and bison, but then there were a lot of invasive non-native species here, and when a lot of non-native species come here, they can potentially harm food for these animals, and because of that they did, which were the worms here, and so they all migrated somewhere else. And a lot of the animals you typically see here are you would see are eagles and stuff, but they usually migrate to the south for the winter because it gets really cold up here because it is Minnesota. So
I'd
really
migrate too.
Yeah, no, I don't blame them. And then also kind of talking about just the geology of it. All of Winona was basically carved out by glaciers 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. So it's just one giant glacier that was moving southward. As it melted, it formed out these huge crevices in the rock. And the rock itself, the limestone, is actually from 480 million years ago. That was actually formed near the equator in tropical climates, which is very different than what we have here now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there's this guy named John, John Latch Jr., and he was canoeing, and he wanted to stop, but somebody with private land said, no, you cannot. And so basically he bought 18,000 acres of land, and he gave it to 2 states and was like, this is for all like the people who want to enjoy all the land next to the river and just like stop after canoeing. So that's kind of what this is.
A lot of great history here in Winona.
For sure.
A lot to learn about.
Like just like of the town overall.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's not just a scenic overlook. They tell you a lot about just like where this place comes from. Well, that's cute. Yeah.
Okay, we just got downtown. Nate and Allie's getting some ice cream and cookie dough. It's gonna be a good time. Downtown is just a great place to hang out, just walk around. There's a whole bunch of different shops you can go to. It's a great place.
I didn't even know existed.
Oh yeah, you'll find something new every time. Friendsgiving, that is awesome.
Find out the basement.
You can?
Hey guys, so we are currently at Nate and Allie's. Here's all of us, and I got a mixture of chocolate and cookie dough with these little poppy fruits and cookie dough crumbs, and Norma got
Strawberry shortcake gelato, and then